Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will start Unit 2, and today's topic is building bylaws. These are the topics which we will discuss: building bylaws, objectives, scopes of building bylaws, built-up area, carpet area, plinth area, setbacks, FSI or FSR. First, we discuss as what is building bylaws. Building bylaws are the rules made by the authorities like town and country planning or municipal corporation or authority of the district. By following these rules, we have to plan our building. The objectives of building bylaws. First one is the pre-planning of the building activity. By using building bylaws, the proper growth is possible. These laws provides safety against fire, reduce noise pollution, reduce health hazard and structural failure. These provide proper utilization of space to achieve maximum efficiency in planning. They provide health, safety, and comfort to the people who live in building. Due to these building bylaw, if we follow these building bylaws in buildings, we get proper approach, proper parking space, proper light, proper air, and ventilation. This is the scope of building bylaws. I think uh, students understand that building bylaws are why these laws are important. The scope, first one is it gives building frontage line, then the minimum plot size, built up area of building, height of building, provision of safety, water supply, drainage, proper light and ventilation, requirement for offset street, parking space, size of structural element. These are the scopes of building bylaws. Means from building bylaws we get the building frontage line. Building frontage line means how much distance we have to left in front of our uh, plot from the center line of the road. Then the minimum plot size. What should be the minimum size of the plot? Built up area of building. What is the built up area of building? Then the height of building restrictions are also there. We get the safety requirements and other service requirements from these building bylaws. Parking spaces also get from this and different size of structure elements. So where building laws are applicable. Building bylaws are applicable for new construction, addition and alterations to a building. If we require any addition or alteration in building, then also we have to follow the building bylaws. If we are changing the occupancy of building, suppose we are converting residential to education or residential to commercial, then also we need building bylaws. Development of land use, development of land, then also we require building laws. If we have to demolish the structure, then also we need building bylaws. These are the different types of areas which are mentioned in these laws, building bylaws, or we have to uh, understand that what are the meaning of different types of areas. First one is the built up area, then the plinth area, then floor area, carpet area, super built up area. Built up area, all these areas you can understand easily from this diagram. The area which is marked in yellow color, it is carpet area. It includes all the areas which are inside the close walls of the house. It includes drying, dining, kitchen, toilet, bedroom, balcony. All these areas are carpet areas. Area of walls is not included in these, but built up area, if we talk about built up area, then area of wall is also added in the carpet area, then the total area is the built up area. Then you can see the uh, pink color. This is the common area. If we add common area, carpet area, and area of walls, then this is called the super built up area. So what is the difference between built up area and super built up area? Built up area not includes the area common areas like uh, lift, lobby, staircase, but in super built up area we add common area also. So from this figure we can easily understand what is corporate area, what is built up area, and what is super built up area. The carpet area again, it is showing that the carpet area is the net usable area within building, and the floor area, it is usable area on each floor. It includes a porch, flat area, the apartment, stairs, corridors, or the door areas. These are the setbacks. Setbacks means the space which we have to left when we construct our building. These setbacks are provided generally in the front of the building and the back side of the building. Back side setback is called rear setback, and front portion is called front setback. If we are constructing a row house, then we have to uh, leave these areas from on the front side and back side. If we are constructing a bungalow, then we have to provide setbacks in all the four directions of the building. Then these setbacks are also called side setback. These setbacks are provided in a building to obtain proper light, air, and ventilation. If we not, if we are, we have to create a proper environment, then we have to provide these setbacks. So students, in this class, we have covered up some of the guidelines of the building bylaws, discuss some of the areas like carpet area, built up area, and setbacks. So I will just summarize all these things. First, we have discussed the building bylaws, then objectives of building bylaws, then scope of building bylaws, then applicability of building bylaws, then different areas we have discussed. These areas we have uh, discussed and understand with the help of this diagram. And in the last, we have discussed the setbacks. So thank you, students. In the next class, we will continue this topic. Thank you.